How's everyone doing? Welcome back to my channel for another 1/6 scale third-party review. Today we got from Toys Battalion the Raven Blade, which is Corvus Glaive from the Marvel. We saw him in Infinity War and in Endgame as well. This is a line I no longer collect. I don't collect Marvel anymore except Spider-Man, but I thought it was useful to take this one for a quick unboxing and review, since we got Ebony before and Proxima and the quality was not so good. Here in the front you can see Toys Battalion Raven Blade. Please make no mistake, Toys Battalion is exactly the same company as Infamous that already gave us Ebony Maw and Proxima Midnight. But here is the package. You can see Corvus Glaive here in the front with a nice design. In the sides you got only Raven Blade, and in the back just some design, and you got some notice and warnings as it is normal with this kind of art box. Let's open it up and see what we got inside. Once you open the box, everything is quite simple. You got your figure, two pairs of extra ends, and I will not do anything in the light box. I just take out the figure and we can see it closer just right here. As you can see, this head sculpt is really pretty scary, and the material is exactly the same thing that Infamous used for Proxima Midnight. This is like that rubber material, not the best material indeed, but is what it is. It glues a lot in the ends, you got that sticky feeling, but at least the painting and the design looks quite nice. I'm a bit afraid of this material with the time, but is what they make and there's no much choice about this. I think the pants, this color and the drawings, this pattern is exactly the same one as Proxima Midnight, but I'm not sure if in the movie is accurate. You can see the material is exactly the same as we saw with the other two figures from Infamous. You got this long cape here. The cape is made of some fabric, but then on the top they apply some rubber finish. I'm not really into this kind of material. It's the material they choose to make these figures. Then in the head, you got here these two kind of horns. They look quite nice. You cannot remove this hood. It's quite difficult to remove. I'm not going to remove it, just stay as it is. And then you got these straps going on the sides that you can adjust, but they will always keep falling down as they are connected with this chest part. This is all made of this kind of fabric with rubber. Doesn't look bad, but I don't think it's the best material. But the more curious about this figure is these feet. These feet are quite funny, to say the least. I don't know why they went with this kind of material. This is like rubber, and I think it will be very difficult to pose the shape that they are. I don't think it will be very easy to pose this figure. But anyway, I think they want to be more accurate as possible, but these look kind of goofy and the way it attached to the pants doesn't look very good. Anyway, this is the outfit that we got for our Corvus Glaive. This is the kind of figure that you will have in your display as a background figure. Then you got, of course, extra ends. The ends actually are quite big. The paint is okay, it's not the best, but it's okay. The nails are quite long and you can see they are very sharp, but there is not much detail. They are just painted black without any detail. They are very easy to work with. You don't have any problem to use the accessories that we will see later on. Anyway, this is just two extra pairs of ends. Then you got the other ends that are like the open ones. You can see how long these fingers are. These are much bigger than a normal 1/6 scale figure ends, but I think the character is exactly like this. Then in the second layer, I think there's not much. You got only this kind of blade or this kind of bow staff, and you got your display stand. This staff actually is quite big and is a bit difficult to remove from the foam, but is really the length is really quite big, to tell you the truth. This is really enormous. But the design and the painting on this actually looks quite nice. I think is the accessory here that at least they did some detail. They improve a bit on the paint, and the way they did the weathering in some parts actually looks quite good. This is made of plastic, not heavy at all. You will not have any problem to have him holding in any position you want. Is the only accessory that comes with our Raven Blade, and I think it's the only weapon he ever used. Besides this weapon, you got as well of course a display stand, as it's normal from Toys era. In famous Toys Battalion they are all the same, without any nameplate, only with that pattern on the front, and you got then the grabber as well. As for the Raven Blade articulation, you will not have any problem. Actually the body looks quite okay. There are a lot you can do with it without sacrificing at least the suit. I think the way they did the body, because the suit is a bit large, you can see that it will give you some space for you to work with. The neck you can work without any problem, you can rotate the head as much as you want. Just don't push it too much up or you will expose then that neck joint and will not look good. So you always need to hide the joint there. But I don't think you will need to have many positions with the head, you just have him looking sideways or something like that. The torso does have some articulation as well. If you want to do some action poses, you will not have any problem with it. As for the legs, the articulation is really quite good. You can extend and you can bend them as much as you want without any problem. Again, the material does have a bit of gap there that you will let you work with it. But take care, because the legs are really very thin, especially the lower part, they are really very thin. Then the feet, you just need to adjust that ball joint to stay in place with the legs or it will look a bit awkward. But this is the articulation that you have. I think you will not have big problems for any pose that you want. So here is our Raven Blade from Toys Battalion. I really had fun with this figure, but it's a line that I no longer collect. If you need to complete your Avengers line, I think this one is quite worth it. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one.